Today on Eagle Classics, we revisit the Bridgewater men's soccer team's first ever run to the ODAC championship. The 2018 squad beat 5th-ranked Lynchburg on the road in the regular season. The second straight year Bridgewater had beaten the nation's number 5 team after doing so at Washington and Lee the previous season. That same W&L field was the setting for the ODAC semifinals, as the Eagles rematched with the now 10th-ranked Hornets.
Talk a little bit about the matchup earlier in the season. Bridgewater goes on the road and picks up the victory.
Well, you mentioned Lynchburg is 13-1-2 on the season, and the one came against Bridgewater. The Eagles came here last year and upset Washington and Lee when the Generals were ranked 5th in the country. It was the same setup for BC down at Lynchburg just a couple of weeks ago. Jacob Heiston and Luke Stubbs scored the 2 Bridgewater goals. Lynchburg had more shots and a lot more corners, 14-7 in chances, 11-1 in corner kicks, but Quentin Boric with 6 saves in that game for Bridgewater. It's a big part of why Washington and Lee was able to ultimately claim the number 1 seed in the ODAC tournament. So even though the Eagles are the lower seed, they do have that regular season victory against the Hornets as a feather in their cap.
Take a look at the starting lineup for the number 3 seed Bridgewater Eagles. Quentin Boric will be in the goal. He'll have his fellow teammates out in front of him. Justin Thorburn, Stephen Bishop, Brandon Bryant, Thomas White, Leo Alcantara, Grant Blevins, Mark Almeida, Jacob Heiston, Matthew Pagano, and Andrew Knoll. Well, look at the starting lineup on the other side for the 2-seeded Hornets. And the goal will be Dylan McLaurin. Out in front of him will be Ryan Pacunas, Clay Van Giesen, Dan Freeberg, Ben Mackey, Robert Dunham, Jack Ashby, Bailey Kearns, Austin Hughes, Michael Rendon, and rounding out the starting lineup for the Hornets will be Joey Daly. And that is a benefit as well of playing the morning matchup as well. The victor of that game was going to have a little bit more time to rest compared to the victor of this one as we're underway.
Yeah, so, Lynchburg was a really good team that year. They had a really senior-dominated type of class and just deep from front to back. And so I think, going into a game where you're playing them at their place, homecoming, the crowd was really, had really good energy, and it was a tough place to play. We knew we were in for a battle, and so going to their place and then getting the first goal was great for us. But then we got the second one, and just the energy that we fed off of from that was great. So, we played really hard that day, kind of caught them off guard. That place got really quiet really fast, but it was just a really good game for us from start to finish. Q made some incredible saves, like we expected him to, but just to put in a couple early and to not just survive, but to play well throughout was great. And then going into the second game, obviously that created even more kind of energy for that game, because it's a rematch, and now they're not just 5th in the country anymore. Now they're 10th in the country. We've got to not just compete, but we've got to try to win that game, and it's ODAC semifinals, and so there was a lot of energy going into that game. Can we do what we did the first time? And so to get that goal in the first 10 minutes and have the opportunity to do that again was great for us.
Pressure being applied there by Blevins.
I would say the question for the Eagles is, how do they cope with playing in this kind of situation? Boric coming off his line there to claim the loose ball. None of these guys on the Bridgewater side have ever been a part of an ODAC semifinal against a team that has won the past 2 titles, that has played in the NCAA tournament a couple of times, and has a lot of players back from those 2 ODAC championship teams. A lot of postseason experience for the Hornets.
So with that being said, you would think the pressure would lie on the Eagles a little bit, but they have a victory over this Hornets team this season. Certainly gives them a confidence boost heading into this one.
Well, just to play devil's advocate, you could actually say the opposite and say the pressure's on Lynchburg because they've been here before. They're expected to execute at this level because they've done it in the past. All about coping with the pressure, managing those expectations, and just playing the soccer that's gotten you to this point in the season.
I think the same could be said there on both sides. You have to stay to how you played to get you here, and don't try to change anything up, at least not in the opening half. If you have to make adjustments moving forward, certainly you would do so. And now a takeaway here in the midfield, but right back over is now Kearns with possession. They'll move this one forward. neither side really gaining true possession here, getting any pressure in the attacking third early on, as Lynchburg will just play this one along their back line. And now they'll look to just switch it right back. Played forward, now played by Friedberg. Shot fired, but deflected there by Bridgewater.
It was Ben Mackey having to go for the Hornets. He's their leading scorer. You notice when the Hornets are playing the ball around the back, there's not much pressure from the Eagles. It's just the one guy up top, Grant Blevins, who's chasing after the ball. Everyone else right now, with the ball just being passed around the defensive third, is on the other side of midfield.
Well, and it allows Hughes to do like he did and just kind of sit on the ball and decide, okay, do I want to finish switching the field or just play it back to the other side or even play the ball forward? Now a nice run being made there by Dunham, but cleared away.
Now, again, if you can stay behind the ball and stay organized, not get out of position, not get caught defensively, it may be a very effective strategy.
Throw in taken here by Friedberg.
You just don't want it to get to the point where you're sitting so far back that you're just inviting Lynchburg to pick you apart.
Throw in well into the box, headed away, and it'll be a corner.
That was dangerous. Austin Hughes does have 3 goals on the season coming up on dead ball situations, long throws, and set-piece chances. And that was redirected behind for first corner of the day.
There's one defender on the near post for Bridgewater. Crossed into the box, headed away there by that back line, but it'll be sent right back in. But now a good deflection as Blevins able to gain control. Nearly bounced up for a handball, but no call there. And now recontrolled once more by Lynchburg.
It was Andrew Knoll who made the great play defensively on the corner kick for BC.
Again, just fighting for control. Now won by the Hornets. Played into the middle, and once more they'll just drop this one back to that back line. Again, as you mentioned, no real pressure being applied, and we saw pressure being applied there on that back line lead to 3 goals for W&L earlier today.
Yeah, Roanoke caught in possession on 3 separate occasions early in the second half.
First true shot opportunity, this one, and Borge is going to gain control and try to get rid of this one quickly now, and a good tackle there breaks that one away as Thomas White was trying to get out on the run there for Bridgewater.
It was Ryan Pakunis with the shot on goal there for the Hornets. Saw his brother, one of his brothers, get knocked out of the tournament today. Chris, who plays for Roanoke. And there's another Pakunis on the Lynchburg roster. That is the first-year Patrick.
Throw in there was taken by Thorborn, now headed by him. Controlled on the back line for Bridgewater. And a foul will be called.
A little too aggressive there from Joey Daly. And he ends up just running over Stephen Bishop.
Pagano will take the kick here for the Eagles. And they send the majority of their team forward here, and so we'll see if we get a ball played into the 18. It'll be just shy, but now bouncing towards the 18. Gets through, and a chance for Blevins. And it looks like a foul is going to be called a handball. And so it will be a excellent opportunity here for the Eagles early on.
And it's created from a very long free kick. But again, if you're not going to have as much of the ball, if the other team is going to outpossess you and probably as a result produce more chances, those set-piece opportunities become even more valuable, even if you're taking a free kick from near the midfield line. And we see the result for Bridgewater. This is a great chance right outside the 18. Alcantara is very, very good on set pieces.
4 career goals for Alcantara. McLaurin getting his wall set up how he wants it. Their ball is the shot. It's going to find the back of the net. Set-piece goal here for Alcantara, and the Eagles are out in front 1-0 early on.
It's an absolutely spectacular strike from Leo Alcantara. Nothing that McLaurin could do. And there you go. Lynchburg, the first 10 minutes, has had maybe 70% of the ball, but because Bridgewater converts on a couple of set pieces, a free kick sets up another free kick, which turns into a BC goal.
I like the reaction there, though, by McLaurin in goal. He comes out to his defenders, gives them a little pat and say, hey, guys, it's okay. We're still in this one. Sometimes you can see a keeper hang their head after surrendering an early goal, but the senior knows that this game is still right there, still right in this one. But a big early goal for the Eagles puts them out in front.
Leo is dangerous on set pieces. He's just really good. He's strong at technical stuff, on the ball stuff. He's great in tight spaces, distributing, but his set pieces are lethal. And he got into that spot, it was a little bit off center, but right on top of the box. And the keeper is an All-American, really good frame, good size, and he's a good keeper, but his positioning was off. So when you watch the film, you see that he's a little bit off-centered and off the wall, and so if Leo could hit it right, he was going to have some time and space there to do that. And as you watch it, he did. He hit it well, scored the goal, and it was the game winner. So Leo hit it well, and I was proud of him.
Just creating a tradition for Bridgewater College. Eagles in their first 2 decades of varsity men's soccer averaged 4 wins a season. A good year would have been just to qualify for the ODAC tournament, which was only the top 8 at that point. But they've been to the playoffs every single year he's been at the helm. Got him here in the semifinals. It seems like every season Bridgewater goes a little bit further, has a couple of signature wins, makes a little bit more progress into, again, as I said earlier, becoming an upper echelon team in the ODAC. And got the early lead here in the ODAC semifinals.
Looking to cement their place as one of the contenders here in the ODAC are the Bridgewater Eagles, and now they have control. Ball played forward, but too far out in front. And you can see there, though, anytime that ball is played forward, they still leave where Blevins moves forward, try to get him into position, nearly would have been offside again. And so we'll see if the Hornets continue to try to trap him offside here in this one. And we'll have our first substitutions here in this one, as it will be Luke Stubbs checking in for Bridgewater on the other side. Hussein Osman checks in to the game for the Hornets.
Luke Stubbs scored in the regular season game, I believe, against Lynchburg. He did, 21 minutes in. And also had a goal in the ODAC quarterfinal against Ferrum, the second goal for the Eagles last Sunday. And meanwhile, we see Hussein Osman now. Maybe a little surprised not to see him in the starting lineup, but it is worth noting that his cousin Abibi, who was having a terrific season, made the SportsCenter top 10 for a beautiful bicycle kick goal that he scored against Dickinson. He got injured late in the regular season, has not played the last several games for the Hornets, has not been on the field for Lynchburg since they beat Randolph in the regular season on October the 10th. That's a big, big loss. Bibi Osman, a playmaker for the Hornets, 5 goals and 4 assists on the year. But Hussein has been a contributor as well. He's got 2 goals and 4 assists in his first season with Lynchburg.
And then on the other side, as it was Stubbs who checked in, gives a much well-deserved rest to Blevins out there in front, as it was Blevins that had been giving chase the whole time. Now it appears to be Stubbs' turn to do so. A good opportunity here. Shot attempt will be deflected away, but it'll be sent right back in by Bridgewater and well wide.
A little more life, though, from the Eagles, and a little more pressure applied on Lynchburg over the last couple of minutes. After this had been pretty much a one-way game most of the first 25 minutes, even though the Eagles got a goal on a free kick against the run of play.
As they've been in the attacking third a little bit more as of late, and they'll have a throw in right here. They'll take it quickly. Controlled in the midfield now, played along the back line. There will be the complete switch, and Thorborn now looks to play this one forward. White right back to Thorborn. Good give and go there. And now White with some space out in front, but a play down into the corner. And just maybe a little bit of miscommunication there as he thought Thorborn would continue that run. And a missed touch there. Now a potential opportunity looking for a teammate. Good drop off there. And again, some miscommunication as Almeida really was in a position there where he could have had a shot on goal, but tried to play it off short and pass it right back.
That was shades of the second half of our first semifinal, though, when Roanoke made 3 defensive miscues early in the second half, all 3 of which led to Washington and Lee goals. Luke Stubbs caught Clay Van Giesen in possession. In the end, nothing comes of that for Bridgewater. You got to be careful playing it around the back for the Hornets. It looks like Stubbs may be able to cause a little bit more havoc than Blevins did up top for BC.
And that was another well-placed ball right there, but that one just a little too far out in front of Brandon Bryant. And really on those runs, they've just been trying to utilize their speed, trying to get out in front, get behind those defenders to create the opportunity. Now we'll see Thomas White was winding up for a shot deflected, and it'll be deflected once more, not able to get any power on either one of those opportunities.
And even though it was a little bit farther out and Lynchburg had cover back, that was the same scenario where Luke Stubbs caught one of the Lynchburg defenders in possession, forced a turnover, and it nearly led to a great scoring chance for the Eagles.
This will be Hughes now, and he'll play this one forward. Osmond met by a defender. Stubbs now plays this one into the midfield. Now an opportunity here for Friedberg, but it'll be taken away there by Thorborn, and he'll drop this one back to his fellow defender on the other side of the field. Back to Boric. No real pressure being applied, and he'll just play this one into the midfield.
You're calling Justin Thorborn's name a lot, which normally is a bad thing if you're a defender. But you're saying his name because he's making a lot of plays in the back third and in the midfield for Bridgewater. Thorborn, a rookie freshman from Spotsylvania, but he started every single match this year for Ryan Bennison's team.
And he's been right in the mix of things for this defense. Borge just waits for some pressure to be applied. Now he'll clear this one away. Thomas White fighting for possession, but it'll be won by Kearns. And just drop back to the keeper once more, and he'll play this ball forward. Won by Hughes. And that one just a little too high, out of the reach of Daly. Just back and forth in the midfield we go.
Bridgewater is really growing into this game, though. The Eagles did not have much of the ball at all in the first 15, 20 minutes. They got a goal, took advantage of a long free kick that set up another set piece. Beautiful.
As Ashby played a beautiful ball there into the box. Borch able to somehow get a hand on it, and now looking for a counter attack, applying pressure here is Luke Stubbs, and now McLaren able to just give this one back to Austin Hughes. He has time to make a decision. He'll look to switch the field.
Well, it looked like it was on there for the Hornets. Spectacular ball out of the midfield from Ashby, playing Ryan Pakunis in on goal, and Boric stepping up to keep Bridgewater in front. And even though the Hornets almost tied the game there, again, Bridgewater, I think, a lot better in the last 10, 15 minutes of this contest. A little more of the ball, some additional scoring chances. Got a clock stoppage here.
Well, as you mentioned there, it had primarily been the Hornets with control there in the first 15 minutes of this one, as they were getting a lot of throw-ins, a lot of looks and opportunities. That defense done a good job of not allowing a lot of goal chances for the Hornets, but now the Eagles have matched that and had a few looks of their own.
The referee has shown a yellow card to Ben Mackey after a Bridgewater foul. It's a Lynchburg free kick. Evidently Mackey had something to say, and so he has his name taken.
And now the ball played by Mackey. And it will be last touched by the Hornets.
Can keep an eye on Austin Hughes coming up out of the back for the Hornets, who got the centering flick there. And it looks like it's redirected and sent out just wide. So the first flick from Hughes, the second from another defender, Clay Van Giesen. And now a corner kick coming for Lynchburg.
It will be Ben Mackey taking the corner here. No option for the short pass as everyone on the far side. Not cleared away, deflected. Still in the 18, now cleared away, but going to be played right back in. Deflected once more, and a good job by that Bridgewater defense, deflecting all of those opportunities, but now played right back into the 18. And another dangerous opportunity, and it'll be a corner kick from the other side this time.
That's Bryce Harrison setting it up for Lynchburg. Has one goal in 11 appearances as a first year coming in.
Will be Mackey taking the corner once more. This one played short on the ground, right back to him. Now a second cross into the box, headed on. Attempted there by Hughes. Still yet to be cleared away. Nearly was another corner, but now Osman with control. He'll play it back there to Pecunis.
Matthew Pagano jumped up and blocked the header from Austin Hughes as Lynchburg again is denied that equalizing goal.
Crossed in by Osman. Pressure really being applied here by the Hornets, but the Eagles so far have been able to keep the ball from going in the back of the net. Pressure still being applied this time. Shot deflected as that one was taken by Ryan Pecunis.
Well, this is 100% defense right now for Bridgewater. Wave after wave from Lynchburg in the run of play, on long throw-ins, on corner kicks. And somehow, still a 0 underneath the Hornets' name on the scoreboard. You wonder, though, if this keeps up, if Bridgewater cannot right the ship and eradicate some of the pressure, alleviate some of the pressure on the Eagles' defense right now, it's only a matter of time before Lynchburg ties this game.
Well, Borch had 79 saves on the year coming into this one. With this amount of pressure being applied, you're going to be asking him to make a lot more over the course of this one.
I mean, at this rate, he might have to make 79 saves today.
Ball played into the box once more. Header, and Borch able to control.
Comfortable that time for Quentin Borich.
Would have to imagine here he'll just allow his teammates to work their way up the field, and there will be the drop kick sent well across midfield. Giving chase to it was Hoagie, but unable to get to it. But now in the attacking third, for what seems like the first time in a long time, are the Eagles still fighting for possession. Sent in there by Almeida. White on the outside, cross deflected by the keeper and now cleared away by the Hornets.
It's the first time in ages that anything has happened in the attacking third for Bridgewater. Had some good possession inside the 18-yard box. Lynchburg's defense looked a bit shaky there.
Well, and after it had been consistently on the other end, you finally get the ball cleared away, and here the Eagles, you get an opportunity. They've had good chances. They just have not been many of them.
You can imagine how frustrating it would be for the Hornets, though, if the Eagles nicked a second goal here after Lynchburg has absolutely dominated the last quarter of an hour or so.
Osman now with control. He'll lay this one off to Kearns. Kearns looking for a cross, but he's met by two defenders now. Good tackle there, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Hornets.
It was a good tackle. Thorburn went to ground, but won the ball. Here comes Friedberg for another long throw.
Something else I feel like we've said a dozen times or so over the course of this broadcast. And there is the throw into the 6-yard box, headed away by the Eagles, now played out by White, still not fully cleared. And Hoagie now, but sent right back in. So trying for possession there, White for the Eagles, and he'll earn his team a throw-in.
Another change for Bridgewater. Jonathan Min will check in. 52nd appearance of his Eagles career. Senior from Marietta, Georgia.
And just slowly working their way up the field. And if you're the Eagles, you're perfectly content with that right now, as you've not had the ball on the other side of the midfield as of late. And White will send it to the back line of the Hornets. And again, they just have loads of space to work with. There's no pressure being applied. Nearly a good ball played there, but now a turnover. And what could be costly opportunity sent out wide, as Thomas will actually go over the fence, but quickly jumps right back over.
Got a nice ovation from fans of both teams for that display of acrobatics.
1 minute remaining here in the opening half.
9.7 from the Russian judge.
It's a quality score right there. And the Hornets looking for one more opportunity here before the end of the half. The Eagles looking to keep them scoreless. And there will be Zach Thomas trying to create that other opportunity. Under 30 seconds remaining here in this first half. And he's going to earn his team a corner kick. He will not take it, though. They'll take the time to allow Mackey to come over. There's going to be the ball played into the box header. 10 seconds remaining, still yet to be cleared. Now a corner on the other side. And they will not have enough time to get another one off. Bridgewater looking to play this one forward, maybe to try to create an opportunity early here in the second half, but that back line for the Hornets does a good job. Bunched up in the midfield here early on, but now sent forward. Blevins trying to chase that one down, and a foul will be called.
Grant Blevins, by the way, has played in every game this season. First year from Newport News. Did not start until the ODAC quarterfinals.
Good ball there, played into the 18, but cleared away by the Hornets.
So how about that, putting a rookie in a high-pressure situation, starting 11 in the postseason, but he obviously responded well enough in the victory over Ferrum that Ryan Bennison kept him in the lineup for this semifinal game.
So his second straight start, as you mentioned, appeared in every game, but to make that switch into the starting lineup come tournament time, not something you see very often. Ball now played forward, headed on there by Daly. Cleared away now on the back line for the Eagles. But the Hornets again trying to create attacking opportunities right after each other once more.
Tyler, I'm curious to see if the Hornets have changed anything. We'll find out as this second half unfolds.
Is Benjamin there, but he lost possession.
Or do they just stick with the game plan? It was certainly working in terms of possession and creating scoring opportunities. And maybe it's just a matter, Chris Yeager is going to think it's just a case of the Hornets needing to take those chances. But eventually, if you continue to build up the set pieces, the corners, the free kicks, the long attacking throws.
And there will be shot number 16 of the game. And while you may not have found the back of the net, you have to think that you're doing a lot right when you already have 16 shots in the matchup.
34 minutes remaining. That clock is moving really fast if you're a Hornets player or fan right now, and about as slow as possible if you're on the Bridgewater side.
Let's say Bridgewater, which will go by just a little bit quicker, as they have continued to have to just play excellent defense, as the Hornets with yet another opportunity here in the attacking third. Ball played into the box. Missed header opportunity. Daly now with a crack, and a good save there by Boric. Is able to just get a hand on it and send it up and over the crossbar.
That's a great save. That's one of the spectacular stops that I talked about earlier that Boric might have to make. That shot always rising, cleanly struck, easily could have found the top corner on the near post, and instead it will just be a Lynchburg corner.
See Zach Thomas and Bryce Harrison check back into the game for the Hornets. Mackey to take the corner here for Lynchburg. Punched away by Borge, not cleared away yet. Now able to get rid of it.
When you watch the film, they had a lot of pressure on us, from corner kicks to shots and, pumping balls in, a lot of service balls in that we had to manage. The nature of that is if you can win the first ball, you've got to potentially win the second one if it's not out. And, we say all the time to defend to the end, and our guys did a fantastic job that day. So if it was Q winning the service ball in the air, or any of our center backs or backline guys, winning the first and second balls, it's really, really important that you see the play out, and they did a fantastic job. If you watch the game, it's over and over and over again. You just saw this hunger from our guys to really play completely, and so they just didn't really allow anything clean for Lynchburg. A lot of their shots went over the frame, went wide, or it was just from 18, 30 yards out. They just didn't really get a clean look, and it was because our guys just made it really difficult for them to get a good look at it.
Get there!
Brought down by Thomas. He's looking for an open teammate. Met defensively, and he'll just have to play this one away, and it'll be another goal kick here for the Eagles.
Seemed like he slipped just a bit as he tried to strike the cross.
As it was Justin Thorburn playing good defense over there against Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas does not have a single point in 17 appearances this year, but 7 goals and 8 assists across his career, the senior from Audubon, New Jersey. And I thought he provided a spark late in the first half for Lynchburg, so no surprise to see him out here early on in the second half.
Throw in here to the back line for Bridgewater. They're just looking to switch it maybe, but there is Thomas applying pressure, and now just has to be played forward. Two teams lobbying for position now. Played forward, giving chase will be Knoll, and he'll play it back to Borch. And a miss hit there, trying to play it right back to Knoll. Thomas applying that pressure, and a foul will be called on Zach Thomas.
Good recovery there by Andrew Knoll. And a smart bit of play just to shield the ball with his body as Thomas was going full speed ahead. And an easy call for the referee to make, albeit not a popular one with the Lynchburg fans.
And we also saw a missed touch there almost lead to a golden opportunity. Missed touches by the defense led to 3 of the 4 goals for WNL earlier today against the Roanoke.
Yeah, it happened time and time again early in the second half when Roanoke coughed up the ball in the back third. Led to a string of breakaway chances that let the Generals put that game out of reach.
Stephen Bishop turns and just had to play that one back to Jacob Heiston. Alcantara now trying to win this one for the Eagles, but now it's played back forward. Thomas for the Hornets. He's met defensively there by Almeida. And you can hear there these fans not too happy about a foul not being called on that one, but Lynchburg now on the move. It's going to be Daly. He'll lay this one off outside. Thomas met by Benjamin. And it'll be a corner.
Yet another chance coming up for Lynchburg. Hussein Osman coming back in the match for the Hornets here. We're inside of half an hour to go. Still Lynchburg in pursuit of that game-tying goal.
And they've had ample opportunities here in this one, but every time the Eagles defense has made the stand. And that one will be headed out, trying to be cleared away. It is, but now it's going to be won by Hoagie, and Hoagie with a little bit of space, one defender to beat, but can't get past him. Collected in the midfield, though, by Almeida, but turned right back over, and now Austin Hughes.
Hey, there's two back posts.
Break was on for the Eagles, but Bailey Kearns with the clean tackle at midfield.
And I think the Hornets have answered your question. Do they change anything up from the opening half? They have not. They've continued to apply pressure, but just still have not been able to score in this one.
Another free kick coming up for the Hornets. And talking about all the ODAC championship action this weekend. Fifth set of the ODAC Volleyball Championship. Top two seeds in Ashland. Randolph-Macon the 1 seed, W&L the 2 seed. And the Generals have an early 5-2 lead in the fifth. And Lynchburg will play for another ODAC field hockey title tonight, taking on the number 2 seed Shenandoah down at Schellenberger Field.
Ball's going to be played into the 18, and right there to clear it away was Thorburn. But sent right back in once more. Andrew Knoll there trying to clear it away. Ball played on the ground, now at the 6-yard box. And just not being cleared away. Now it is, but sent right back in once more, and that's really been the case throughout this game.
Matthew Pagano just won that big 1v1 battle along the end line with Hussein Osman. Here come the Hornets again. I think it's fair to say that this game has gotten a little intense.
Yes, I would say that's absolutely the case. Bridgewater not too happy that this foul was called, as there was a couple of plays that they felt like fouls should have been called where they were not. It's called this time, and it's in a position where the Hornets will have a good look.
Yeah, Stephen Bishop got the ball but also got the player, taking down Jack Ashby, clearly obstructing his path in toward the 18-yard box. I know it's frustrating because the Eagles, as you said, maybe Lynchburg got away with a foul or two that wasn't called, but that was a definite foul, should be a free kick. See if the Hornets can make something of this.
It'll be Ben Mackey. And it's going to be blocked by that wall of the Eagles, but it'll lead to another corner kick for the Hornets.
So far, Bridgewater's been back up against it, defending, and every time the Eagles have made the play, whether it's a save from Borich, the wall does its job on the free kick, a shot block in the run of play, whatever has been necessary for Bridgewater to keep Lynchburg off the scoreboard, the Eagles have done that. 25 more minutes to go.
Ball played about halfway into the box. Borch able to get an initial hand on it and then collect. And coming up with another key save there was Quentin Borch. Just on that back line, trying to create something on the far side of the field. A little give and go right there. Now looking for a counter opportunity are the Eagles. First time they've been in the attacking third for quite some time. Benjamin going to have to try to force a takeaway, but it will be Hoagie, And Hoagie just not able to get a clean foot on that one. But Heiston there trying to send it back in, and now just played out of bounds by the Hornets. And this has been the case. It's been Hornets most of the way with a Eagles opportunity or two mixed in. They'll be looking to make the most of this one, looking for an insurance goal.
And also an opportunity to run some clock. Slow the game down a bit, shorten the match, and give your defense a break.
Heiston with the throw in. Makes his way back to him. He'll play this one into the box, far post, but the offside flag will come up.
Looked like that was just a little bit overhit anyway. But at least a minute or two of rest and of respite for the Bridgewater defense. Did call the offside and not the goal kick.
Ashby plays this one back, and now it'll be sent forward by the back line of the Hornets. Thomas trying to gain possession for the Hornets, but one in the midfield by the Eagles. White trying to get something going here. Thomas White looking for an open teammate. Nobody there on the cross, though, as it'll be met by Jack Ashby. Heiston with the quick throw. Too far out in front of Alcantara. But another throw in one here.
Good spell for the Eagles as we hit the midway point of this second half. Keeping them all in the Lynchburg half for a bit, even if they don't get a shot on goal, at least taking some time away from Lynchburg's press for an equalizing goal.
And McLaurin there wanted to play quick but did not have an open teammate, and now he'll go for the drop kick. And now back in the attacking third once more as Lynchburg, but the flag will come up.
That's a foul.
And a foul will be called.
Zach Thomas got obstructed. The AR on the far side saw it. Wasn't a ton of contact, but it clearly impeded his ability to continue his run. And so I feel like we're repeating ourselves over and over, but here's another set-piece chance, another free kick in an advanced position for Lynchburg.
Well, just a couple-minute break in between there with the Eagles on the attack, but now right back is Lynchburg. They're looking for the equalizing goal. 21-17 remains here. This one makes its way all the way through the 18, sent to that back line, and now looks to be played right back in once more, and it is. Far side of the field, good header there. Borch out of position, header, and able to get a hand on it and send it over the top of the crossbar.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant goalkeeping from Quentin Borich. Believe that was Ashby who flicked that on. That was going to drop just underneath the crossbar. And Borich got the fingertips to it to make the save.
Yet another corner here for the Hornets. Played into the box. Makes its way all the way through, looking to clear it, are the Eagles.
Yeah, so, what you don't want to do, especially when you go up early, is that you don't want to sit on the back foot and try to just survive. Sometimes the momentum will go that way, especially against a really good team like Lynchburg. But, the nature for us is we were a dangerous counter-attacking type of team. And so as we were inviting numbers to come, it was creating space for us to counter. And if you watch the film, we did that. We had a couple opportunities where we got into the box and had a good look, and it didn't go our way. But we had opportunities to put the ball in the net, and that's kind of what we were waiting on. We knew we're not going to outpossess a team like that or outshoot them 20-5. It's one of those things where when we get our opportunities, we got to take advantage of them. In that particular case, we did, but The nature of that is it really was a matchup of just energy and who was going to take advantage of the moments that came, and we just really didn't allow them to get into a rhythm, and they got frustrated. And I think the part for us that really kind of catered to what we were trying to do was if we just eliminated them possessing the ball and attacking us centrally, and just had them sending service balls, then we were going to be fine. We really trusted our guys in the air, and that they didn't really get creative outside of that. So they just kind of felt like they couldn't attack centrally, and so they just service ball, pumped it in, and our job was just to win it and clear it. So that worked out well for us.
But falling short of the conference championship, given that neither team is rated as high as they might have been in the last year or two in those regional rankings, I think it'd be very tough to see a second bid, a Pool C bid for the ODAC this year.
All day long he's been doing that.
And a foul will be called this time on the Hornets.
There you go! There you go!
Referee stopping the clock with 13:19 to play and having an extra word with Austin Hughes.
Show him a little bit of color. Show him a little bit of color.
Just a talking to at this point.
Hey, ref!
Although Hughes was trying to get the last word in, and that is not always a wise thing when you're discussing things with the man in the middle.
No card was issued, though, this one into the 18. But now it'll be cleared away by the Hornets. But Hughes not going to be able to keep that one in bounds, and we'll see Heiston take the throw for Bridgewater. A little surprising to see that throw in taken so quickly. You think they might want to try to take a couple of seconds off the clock, but they potentially thinking here, hey, let's go add a second goal, as there is Benjamin, and it will be cleared away by the Hornets. As Van Giesen sent that one in our direction here in the press box.
Jonathan Min returning here for the Eagles in place of Mark Almeida. Referee stopping the clock again. He's coming over to have a word with his assistant.
Yellow.
And he's going to issue a yellow card to the goalkeeper, Dylan McLaurin.
For the Hornets, they can feel the pressure of the clock on their backs at this point.
Foul goes against Bridgewater this time. Called on Nick Benjamin.
Going to be one in the midfield there by Peach. He'll try to play it out wide, but quick change of possession. And the Hornets looking to get on the attack. It is Hughes. Hughes looking to cross it into the box, but he's met by a defender, and a goal kick will be awarded to the Eagles.
Great defending there by Matthew Pagano. And Tom becoming a bigger and bigger factor here, working against Lynchburg in pursuit of that third straight ODAC title.
Zach Thomas did not remain off of the field long for the Hornets as he checks back in to this one.
Lynchburg, number 2, Zach Thomas.
And a miss hit there, but Borch able to get just enough on that one. Benjamin comes over, tries to keep it in bounds for the Eagles, but it'll go off of him and a throw in here for Lynchburg.
It's good clearance under pressure there from Boric on an awkward ball to play.
Just a little give and go here. And now looking for the cross, but that one will be behind the goal. And no deflection there, so it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles.
I think you're starting to see a few signs of panic from the Hornets. They're starting to make some mistakes on those crosses that we weren't seeing at all in the first 60, 70 minutes of this match. Feeling the pressure of playing from behind in this ODAC semifinal.
And with that, we'll see if we see some ambitious efforts come on shots from well outside the 18, or if they'll still try to get those looks that they've had and just not been able to score thus far. Throw in now on the far side of the field for Bridgewater. 10 minutes remaining here in this one.
And again, the Hornets very aware of how their 2 matches with Bridgewater have gone. What a tackle there from Andrew Knoll.
And now ball play down in to the corner, giving chase. And the keeper able to get to that one. Fortunate break for him that it finds one of his teammates. Otherwise, the net was going to be wide open. And Thomas White could have tried to have a look from well outside.
The Hornets remembering that 2-0 home loss a couple weeks ago when they had more chances. Not to the extreme extent that they've had today in terms of shots and corner kicks. But they have gone over 170 minutes outplaying Bridgewater for a large majority of that time and have yet to score against the Eagles this year. And that gets to you. You start thinking about making the perfect pass or taking the perfect shot, and then you misplay it, and you allow the Bridgewater defense, you let them off the hook.
And you can see some of their passes just beginning to become a little bit offline where they've been right on cue in that opening half and even the first part of this second half.
Or you tried to see him do too much, like Ryan Pakunis did right there. Tried to split a double team when maybe you just need to cross that into the 18 and see what happens.
And Jonathan Min had some room to work with, was trying to find Thomas White, but ends up playing that one out of bounds. And so we're seeing some mishits on both sides at this point. A lot of that really here, the Hornets trying to create whatever opportunity they can. And then it almost looks like the Eagles are like, hey, we have a chance here. And they just kind of try to play just a little too quickly instead of settling in on those looks. Long throw here by the Hornets. Had it cleared away. But it'll be regained by Lynchburg. Played back into the box. Still not won by either side. Now Knoll able to get it to Hoagie, but it cleared back forward. Headed there by Bridgewater. Thomas now with possession for the Hornets. He'll play this one, but up and over, and a goal kick here for the Eagles. Borge sends this one to the other side of midfield. Thomas White, the closest Eagle to that one, but unable to get to it. And the Hornets will have a throw in. And they're going to say a dangerous kick there. And so it will be a free kick for the Hornets. Takes a bounce in the box. Flicked on with the back heel. Miss hit on the clearage there, and this one sent well high again. And it looks like, again, the Hornets are just rushing their shot attempts at this point.
Yeah, Daly maybe had enough time to settle that and try to get off a better shot. But the initial ball in really didn't ask that many questions of the Bridgewater defense. Got to be better for Lynchburg. End result, another goal kick for Quentin Borich.
Five and a half now remaining here in this one. Ball played down into the corner, and it'll be another goal kick. And so the defense doing a good job as of late, earning goal kicks as opposed to where Lynchburg had a lot of corners in this game.
I don't know if there's a sense of resignation yet for the Hornets. Kept at bay all afternoon. Still time, 5 minutes to find an equalizer. But I think the story for the first hour and a quarter maybe was Lynchburg, chance after chance, everything but the finish, and now a lot of things are going wrong for the Hornets in the attacking third, even though they continue to keep Bridgewater pinned back. haven't really seen a great scoring chance in recent minutes.
Another throw in. Hughes misses the header opportunity. Now he'll look for a potential bicycle opportunity. And there will be a foul, and it's going to be called on Lynchburg.
Referee says keep the clock rolling and issues a yellow card, which is unusual and not necessarily by the book. Now he is going to stop it with 4:10 to go. They're putting more time back on the clock
as well, so put it 4:24 and now cleared away by Bort.
By rule, the clock is supposed to stop on any kind of card, and the referee, I think because of his frustration, wanted it to keep rolling to, I don't know, penalize the team that is trailing.
This one into the 6-yard box, still not cleared away, and now it will be cleared away, and it's going to go out of bounds and be a throw in here for the Hornets. They'll play this one back.
Well, I think the right decision made by the officials as a group. That's why you have the fourth official. That's why you have the possibility of help from your assistants, not just on offsides and possession, but to work together as a crew and make the proper calls.
Right, and as they meet there, get the rule right. I think Bridgewater just wanted a little bit of an explanation as they had seen that signal.
Sure.
And again, just sent right back in by the Hornets. They now have 3.5 left to try to find the back of the net to extend this semifinal matchup. And right here is going to be headed on by Bridgewater, and this one continues to be physical.
It was Daly and Knoll getting tangled up. The Hornets screaming for a penalty. And instead, we got a Bridgewater free kick back in the midfield area.
Under 3 minutes remaining now here in this one. And this one's going to be sent out wide. Brandon Bryant now with possession for the Eagles. He'll drop it back to Heiston. And now sent forward by Bishop. Trying to get to it was Stubbs, but unable to get to it before the keeper in McLaurin. And I would expect to see just that out of the Eagles right now. Anytime the ball gets to the defense, just try to kick it as far forward as you can.
We had two Lynchburg players run into each other at midfield. One of them has remained down. And Bridgewater is just going to return it back to the Hornets here.
Quickly played here by the keeper. He'll send this one well forward. You have to wonder if on the next time the ball gets into the attacking third, will they move everyone forward? But Bridgewater's trying to prevent that from happening as they're looking for an opportunity. Missed touch there by the Eagles. Thomas now on the outside looking to cross this one in. Headed out once more, but not out of the danger so far. And now Borge falls on this one.
Yeah, I was really proud of that team. That team was really fun to coach. There was a really strong blend of leadership and talent on the roster. But you got to have all of that to win at that level. And so I was really not just encouraged by the group and being around them, but they just were fun to coach. Mark Almeida and Jacob Heiston and Matt Pagano and Quentin Borges, those guys are just really good leaders, and they made sure to set the tone, everyday training. And when you have that, it takes a lot of pressure off us as coaches to do that. So we were characterized. I heard all year long as we were a team that was just hungry. There was something different about that group, and when that's there, you can accomplish things that are special. And for us, it was winning the first round ODAC tournament match and then getting into the semifinals and winning that one to get to the first ODAC finals appearance for us. And so, I give the guys all the credit. They really did a great job. And it wasn't just kind of a one shot for us. things went well for us on one day. It was really kind of a year long
13
of
seconds remaining.
doing things well in the off season and guys leading well both on and off the field. And the chemistry and the character was right, and it was great that it worked out well for us.
And that is going to do it. The Eagles, the 3 seed, defeat the number 2 seed, and the Lynchburg Hornets, handing them their 2 losses in conference this season. 1 in the regular season, this time coming in the tournament. The Eagles just need that one opportunity. Final score, Eagles 1, Hornets 0.